There's something for the family this week, y'all. Or today. It's not like I make these videos on a weekly basis. It's the Chrysler Town & Country 2014. And I'm just real impressed with the color scheme of this particular model that I'm driving. With the brown leather seats, tan, accented with the wood grain trim, which I'm sure is fake. Why would they put real wood grain in a minivan? They could do that, but I just doubt that that's really a real wood grain. Anyway, the features in this are pretty nice. You have phone controls, cruise controls. Behind the steering wheel, you have some little knobs that I can't really get on camera that control volume and tune the radio. Start it up. It's set up pretty much like a Chrysler 300. If you're familiar with those updated Chryslers. You have auto climate controls. You can adjust it with the push of a button. Fuel economy mode. Save you some gas. Tons of power jacks spread out around the vehicle to charge your phones and things like that. Cup holders everywhere. A nice compartment to place all kind of junk that you'll have on those long road trips. A compartment up top and a glove box down at the bottom. So tons of storage space for whatever you want to store. A little sunglass holder with a mirror, whatever that's for. You have controls up top for the doors and the trunk. You can open and close the doors with these buttons. Automatically. Player. And you have a real nice radio in this thing. Some Chris Brown going on. But you have satellite radio, touchscreen operation, and it also has a DVD player. And I know some of y'all out there say things like, "I'd never drive a minivan, that's for soccer moms." Would you rather walk? See, me, I don't mind driving a van, especially a van like this. I know a lot of y'all, when y'all think about a van, you think about those old school vans. But this is revamped. This is, I mean, look at this. If you're going to be in a van, why not be in a van like this? It's nice. And I would rather drive a van than use Mike and Ike, especially in a city like mine. Maybe if you live in a big city like New York or San Francisco, where public transportation is in abundance, you don't mind walking instead of driving. But in my neck of the woods, hey, you're going to be walking for a long time. Pop your handle and it slides open automatically. Or you can use the key. You tap it twice and it'll close. These seats fold down and you can tuck them inside of the floor base. I'm not exactly sure how that works, so I'm not going to demonstrate it. But these are nice leather seats in the back as well. And even another way to close the door for the passenger. And there's also a standard handle. It's amazing. How many ways do they want you to get in and out of this thing? Here's a look from the back of the cockpit. You have your climate controls for the rear up top, lights, for passengers. And you also have another storage compartment up top here. Somebody left a secret note. Okay. Well, I hope he enjoys the show and blesses me. There's actually 3 of those panels. And this is your DVD screen. So you can watch movies. Play movies for the passengers back here. Nice touch. And there's the rear for the last 3 passengers. You can fit 7 in here. And those seats can be stored as well. So you can have a completely empty cargo area if you need it. So, lots of room if you have a big family or a large group riding. This is pretty much the same way the Dodge Grand Caravan is set up. But the Dodge Grand Caravan doesn't have leather seats or the TV screen in the base level trims, which is all I've seen. Maybe in the upper level trims of Dodge Grand Caravan I had it. And the interface is a little less fancy in the Grand Caravan, of course. Now, when it comes to things that I don't care for in this van, is a couple things. The steering wheel, I don't like the material that's wrapping it. As you can see, it makes it sound like your hands are dry all the time. Anytime you move your hand across the wheel, you gotta get this loud and irritating noise because of the material that they wrapped it with. It's some kind of, I'm not even sure if it's really a leather, maybe a synthetic leather material. And overall, the wheel handling is pretty stiff. Like when you're turning and making turns and curves, you got to put a little more effort into the wheel or the power steering than I like. I like it to be effortless when I turn the wheel, but this one has a little resistance. Also, I know Dodge Grand Caravan and Chrysler Town & Country are pretty much what comes to most people's mind when you think about a minivan. But still, they have some pretty low reliability scores. And you got to think about that when you're buying a van. You want something that's going to last, because a van is a purchase you don't want to have to make more than once, probably. See as I'm handling the wheel and I'm moving my hand along it, what I have to deal with, the loud irritating sound of my hand sliding across the surface. But if you're looking for a minivan, you could do worse than this one. It's pretty nice. If I had to score it, I would give it probably, on initial impression, of course, not knowing anything about reliability. If I was just like a blank customer looking at vans, I would probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. You also have a rear view camera. I don't know, out of the vans I've seen, I'm familiar with the Grand Caravan, the Town & Country, and the Toyota Sienna. I would go with the Chrysler Town & Country. Out of all the vans I've experienced, I would still go with this van, even though I know that Chrysler might let me down as far as reliability, because it is the nicest looking van that I've driven. It has the most features. It has the best sound system. And you can't beat that DVD player. So that's my take on the on the Chrysler Town & Country. Just a look at it. Not feeling too good today, so I'm sorry if I seem kind of depressed or down. I'm having a little sickness issue right now, but average car review guy, bringing y'all a look at the vehicle. And I'll see y'all next time.